Hi everybody, Dr. Pingle here. We're going to talk about downloading and installing Anaconda for the Analysis in GIS class. The download is pretty straightforward. If you just Google download Anaconda, you're going to wind up at the right place. You can download a Windows version, which is going to be up here. There are other versions available. We're going to go ahead and download that, and I've already done that, so I'm not going to redo it. It's about half a gigabyte, so it's a big-ish download, and you may want to be aware of that. To start it up, we just double-click like so, and I often recommend, as you kind of go through these, that you just do it for you, even if you've got exclusive access on the machine. I think it's going to save you a little trouble down the road. The destination folder you can leave intact. You can see that I'm going to get a message here that says the destination folder contains a space. That should be avoided. When I signed in on this computer, it's got a space for my name, which was bad form. But there we have it. So what I often like to do is create a directory just right off of the root directory called Anaconda 3. You don't have to do this if you don't have a space in your file name and you don't care. You can just do it this way. But I'm gonna go up here and hit Control-C in the address bar to save that to the clipboard, and then I'll paste it like so. These two things you can pretty much leave as they are. So we're not going to add it to the path variable. We are going to register it as the default Python 3. Do keep in mind that if you're taking other classes that have Python in them, this may be something you want to give a little bit more thought to. But I generally leave these on the defaults. Installation of Anaconda goes fairly quickly. It's a couple minutes probably, depending on your machine. I'm going to pause the video and we'll catch up when this part is done. Okay, that installation is done, and you'll see some things to kind of click through as usual. Tutorial, getting started. Don't need to do any of that. Well, that's the installer. We don't need that anymore. But you'll see an Anaconda 3 group. There's Spider, which is one way to write code. But we're interested in the Jupyter Notebook. Now, the Jupyter Notebook, if you run this, it will work. And for some of the early assignments, this would get you by. You'll notice that it's starting you in your user directory, which is generally not where you want to be. So what you're probably going to want to do, close this out. You'll notice, by the way, that this starts a server. So the way that Anaconda, or the way the Jupyter Notebooks work, is it starts a little server in the background, and then your it opens a web page that talks to that. If you copy and paste this into a browser, it will load up the same thing. But again, we're not in a directory really where we want to be. So let's suppose that we want to sort of do our analysis work in here. Created that already as part of another demonstration, so let's try that again. So let's say we want to do our work in here. Well, what we can do is we can copy. So I hit Control-C on the address bar here, and then instead of just starting this up, what we're going to do is we're going to open an Anaconda prompt. And then we're going to type CD, and then I'm going to right-click to paste that address in there. So now you can see that I'm starting here, and if I type in Jupyter-Notebook, it will start that Jupyter Notebook server just like before, but instead of being in that sort of user directory, I'm in here. And if I create a little file here, you can see that appears over here. And you can do things like rename and move and delete files. I can click on that and it'll actually open it up. So you can interact with things this way. We'll go through the actual use of a Jupyter Notebook in another video, and a bunch of other videos. But this is how you get things started. We'll do another video on setting up the class environment. Thanks.